So hi everyone, as promised, I am back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about business and how those initial steps that you actually need to take in order to open or create your new business. I think a lot of times, even pre-COVID, but we'll say COVID, a lot of us have either been forced or have decided to venture out on our own. Pre-COVID, I've always known that as human beings, we were not designed to get up and do the same thing over and over for 8-10 hours a day. There's something about that slowly steals your soul. I personally speaking, and I'm sure there's some folks that are going to disagree, and I get that. For me, I'll say that. For me, I've always felt like there's more. There's more that I can offer. There's more that I could do. And I just felt like, being at a desk all day for 8 hours like that I was not living up to my true potential. And I'll get into another video where I actually talk about what it is that I did and, how I actually took the steps out. But needless to say, hopefully by now you have your company name. I can't help you with that one. So once you've selected your company name, then you're ready to go to register with your state. Now, when you register with your state, you're going to want to have they have options. So you're going to want to decide whether you want to be an LLC, an S-Corp. There's options. Corporation. There are options, and it would take me 30 to 40 minutes explaining each one to you, which I'll probably do another video on because I think it's important. A lot of folks tend to run towards the LLC because they feel like it's an easier process. Some folks believe that, you kind of get away with some things if you go S-Corp. However, each of those, they're not as simple. There's so many factors. And like I said, I don't even want to start touching on it because it will literally take me about 30 minutes to explain. So needless to say, you registered with your state. So you registered with your state. Next, it's time for you to register for your EIN. Now, I know I'm talking about starting a new business, and so I'm probably going to crash someone's side hustle. So with that being said, you do not need to pay $150 to have someone register for an EIN for you. This is something that takes 5 minutes, and you can have it mailed to you. You can download it at the end of the process, but it's very simple. You're answering information about yourself, about your business. It's fairly simple. A few questions, you get through it, and I'll probably do a screen recording that actually shows how simple it is, and it's anyone can do it. I'll do a walkthrough at that. So I'll do an LLC, the entity videos on LLC, S-Corps, things of that sort, and I'll do an EIN video as well. So because these are things that a lot of folks, they get hung up on. You also want to, after you get your EIN, you want to go for a Duns and Bradstreet number, but I'll get into that at another time too, because a lot of folks don't necessarily know that process. So I'm going to talk about business credit in a later video because I think that is vital as well. We build our personal credit, and that's fine. You build your personal credit just like you have your personal bank account, but business and personal, they need to be separate. And just in the event that you get audited, you need to keep those, they need to be separate. And that way you can, bookkeep. That way you can bookkeep properly. So next is going to be opening a business account. So like I said, personal, business, they need to be separate. You don't want to, even if at first, I know a lot of times we have, bad credit, or there's things that will prevent us from opening a checking account or a business account. With that being said, I would say just start at the bare minimum. If you have to open a personal account to keep your business finances on this side and your personal, and just have two separate accounts. They could be at the same bank, but just two separate accounts. That's fine, but you definitely do want to draw a line in the sand and say business, personal. You definitely want to do that. Never mix your business with your personal. It becomes muddy water, and it's easier to do that than to have to clean it up on the back end. So you want to open up a business account. When you open up a business account, what a lot of folks don't tell you is that when you put that EIN in, it does a search. Most banks will do that. It does a search. And anytime there is a hit on your credit, if you will, we call them inquiries. Anytime there's a hit on your credit, it helps your profile, especially if you have no credit. It actually establishes that, hey, someone is searching or someone has done an inquiry on this EIN or this business with this business name. And sometimes a lot of these bureaus, they actually capture the data and keep it, and that will help to start building your profile. And I'm going to dive in deeper about how to then go ahead and register for fleet cards. I think that's a good stepping stone. Some people use Uline and other companies, but this is the basics, and I know it's as crazy as it sounds. A lot of folks don't necessarily know that, you know, you follow these steps and you get there. As far as creating your website, you know, I can do another video on the best websites to use in terms of getting the best bang for your buck. I like Namecheap. That's just me. But some people like GoDaddy. You know, there's so many different hosts and domain, you know, domain sellers out there, if you will. But I just wanted to do a quick video and touch base with you guys and let you guys know that I am keeping my promise this time. So the next video, I can't promise that it will be on the LLC, but I definitely want to give you guys a walkthrough on the EIN, because I realize so many people are paying folks to do something that it's 5 minutes of your time. Now, if you are busy and you just want to get it done by somebody else, that's absolutely fine. But you need to know your options and know how simple it is. Until next time, take care, stay safe.